Welcome back to the show that dives into the weird, the hilarious, and the truly unforgettable moments life throws at us. I'm Mike.
And I'm Sarah. Today, we've got some absolutely wild stories from the family vault to dissect, discuss, and let's be honest, probably judge a little. We all have those relatives who make holidays just a little too interesting.
Oh, absolutely. My family gatherings are basically improv comedy with a sprinkle of drama. But the stories today, they range from the unbelievable to the truly heartbreaking. So let's get started. Sarah, hit us with the first one.
All right, story number 1. Imagine you're 18 years old, all excited for a family vacation, you're at the airport, and somehow your entire family manages to leave you without you. You spend the night alone in the terminal, and when you finally get home, they blame other people for what happened.
What? Hold on. Your entire family? Not just a forgetful aunt. Everyone boarded the plane and left an 18-year-old behind. That is next-level absent-mindedness, or dare I say negligence?
Negligence is exactly the word I was thinking of, Mike. An 18-year-old is technically an adult, sure, but still a teenager, alone in an airport overnight. My first question is, how do you not do a head count? How do you not notice someone's missing? Did they just assume she was in the bathroom for the whole flight?
And then to come home and blame other people. Like, who are these other people? The airline staff for not holding them accountable? Airport security for not noticing a lone teen? Or the 18-year-old herself for not, strapping herself to the luggage cart? That's some serious deflection right there.
Right? I can just hear it now. Well, if you hadn't stopped to buy that giant gummy bear, you'd have been here on time. Or the airline should have announced our flight louder. It's so infuriating. My blood pressure is rising just thinking about it.
What would you even do as the 18-year-old? First, pure shock, then panic, then anger. Do you call them? Do you text them? When they finally realize hours later, what do you even say? Hey, just chilling at gate B27. Where are you guys?
I think I'd be a mix of absolutely furious and incredibly hurt. It's one thing to accidentally leave your keys, it's another to leave your child. I'd probably be crying, calling everyone I know, trying to figure out how to get home. And when they blamed others, that will just lock in some deep-seated resentment. I'd be thinking, are you kidding me? After all that, you can't even take responsibility?
I once went on a family trip and my little brother forgot his passport at home, but we were still in the driveway. The horror on my mom's face was real. I can't imagine realizing your kid is missing after you've landed in Cancun. This is a level of family chaos I hope to never experience. But good for her for making it through the night. I hope she got a massive apology and maybe a lifetime supply of her favorite snacks as compensation. Or at least a first-class ticket home.
Okay, moving on before I spontaneously combust. Story number 2. A 19-year-old is excluded from her own sister's child-free wedding even though she's an adult. The sister still expects her to buy a wedding gift, making the girl feel deeply rejected.
Oh, this is a classic. The child-free wedding that somehow extends to adults. What's the logic? Is the 19-year-old going to spontaneously combust into a toddler at the reception? Is she going to demand juice boxes and nap time?
This is where I draw the line. Child-free means no children. A 19-year-old is not a child. She's old enough to vote, serve in the military, buy a lottery ticket, but not old enough to attend her own sister's wedding because, why? Because she's under 21? That's not child-free, that's under 21 free, and that's a whole different level of exclusion for a family member.
And then to have the audacity, the sheer audacity to still expect a gift. We don't want you there to celebrate our special day, but we do want you to contribute to our new espresso machine. That just screams your presence isn't important, but your wallet is.
It's truly insulting. If I were the 19-year-old, I'd send the most passive-aggressive gift possible. Maybe a single novelty spoon. Or a card with a 50-cent stamp that just says, "Congrats!"
I'd probably send a blank check for $0.00. Or maybe a picture of me and my sister as kids, just to remind her what she's missing out on. Seriously, this is a terrible move from the sister. There's no justifying this, especially for a sibling. Maybe you exclude distant cousins or friends, but your own sister?
Absolutely not. This feels like there's a deeper issue, right? Like maybe the older sister just doesn't want the younger one to overshadow her. Or maybe there's some sibling rivalry going on, but to use the child-free excuse when she's clearly an adult, that's just a flimsy cover-up for something else. I hope the 19-year-old held her ground and maybe booked herself a fantastic spa day instead of going to a wedding she wasn't wanted at.
Agreed. That's a rejection that cuts deep. Okay, let's move to something potentially even more dramatic. Story number 3. A family secret is accidentally revealed at a holiday dinner. For example, someone learns they're adopted or that a parent had a secret first marriage. The revelation causes big drama and awkwardness at the table.
Oh my goodness. The dreaded holiday dinner secret bomb. This is the stuff of movies. Imagine Aunt Carol, 3 glasses of wine deep, suddenly blurting out, "Well, you know, Lil Timmy, your real mom isn't actually Linda." Total chaos.
This is my nightmare. My family dinners are already a minefield of political opinions and questionable dietary choices. Add a decades-old secret into the mix and you've got a full-blown Thanksgiving meltdown. I can just picture the forks clattering onto plates, the stunned silence, then the whispers turning into shouts.
And the person who learns the secret, their whole reality shatters over turkey and mashed potatoes. Betrayal, shock, realizing your whole life has been built on a lie or a massive omission. Who do you look at first? The blabbermouth? The secret keeper? Everyone else who might have known all along?
This so often happens after someone passes away, and then suddenly all the secrets come out. But to have it happen at a holiday dinner, live and in person with everyone present, brutal. And the awkwardness. Imagine the next holiday dinner. Do you bring it up? Pretend it never happened? Does the secret keeper have to explain everything to everyone?
It would probably be the last holiday dinner at that house for a very long time. I honestly don't know what I would do if I were the person who just found out. I'd probably just walk out, grab my coat, leave, and just keep walking until I hit a different time zone. The emotional whiplash would be real.
I once saw a distant relative accidentally reveal that another family member had secretly gotten married years ago and never told anyone. Not as dramatic as adoption, but the tension was real. Everyone just slowly turned to stare at the newly discovered spouse. It was like a slow-motion car crash of social awkwardness.
That's wild. I can't imagine keeping something like that from your own family, but some secrets are kept for a reason, and maybe a boozy holiday dinner isn't the best time for a reveal. Let this be a lesson, folks. Stick to talking about the weather or how good the gravy is.
Or if you're gonna drop a bomb, do it after dessert. Give people energy to run away. Okay, on to our last story. This one's a little lighter, a funny but embarrassing situation at a family vacation, like someone sleepwalking in a hotel or a prank gone wrong.
Yes, a palate cleanser. Imagine this, you're on a family vacation, staying in a hotel, and in the middle of the night, someone starts sleepwalking. Not just quietly walking, but maybe having a full conversation with a lamp, or wandering the hallway in pajamas at 3 a.m. looking for the continental breakfast.
Oh, the hotel sleepwalking scenario? My sister once sleepwalked straight into a wall in a hotel room, woke everyone up with a loud thud, and then just went back to bed like nothing happened. We were all just sitting there, bewildered in the dark.
That's hilarious. My uncle once got locked out of his hotel room in his underwear because he was sleepwalking and tried to open the door for imaginary room service. He had to call the front desk from the hallway phone, so embarrassed, to get someone to let him back in. The shame.
See, that's the kind of story that gets told for generations. You'll be at his funeral and someone will bring up the underwear incident. What about a prank gone wrong? Those are perfect for family vacation disasters. Like someone tries to put shaving cream on a sleeping person's hand, but they wake up and suddenly there's shaving cream everywhere, and it's not even the right person.
Absolutely. My cousins and I once tried to short sheet my older brother's bed in a rental house, but got the wrong bed and accidentally did my aunt's. She was not amused at 2 a.m. trying to figure out why her sheets wouldn't go all the way down. We thought it was hilarious. She thought it was an act of war.
Or the classic, someone puts plastic wrap over the toilet seat and someone else uses it in the middle of the night. Always a winner, right? Except when it's your grandma. Then it's not so fun.
Yeah, you gotta know your audience with the pranks. But I love these stories because they show that families are messy, unpredictable, and sometimes you just have to laugh even if it's at someone else's expense, just a little bit.
It's true. It's those ridiculous moments you remember most fondly once the embarrassment fades. Like, I wouldn't trade my sleepwalking sister for anything. It's a classic family anecdote now.
Okay, now it's our turn. We've heard all these wild tales, so let's share some of our own favorite stories from when we were kids. A prank gone wrong or a legendary family fail. I'll go first.
Lay it on me.
So, when I was about 8, my older brother convinced me that if we tied all the shoelaces in the house together, we could create a super rope to pull Santa's sleigh down from the roof. Obviously, it was December. We spent all afternoon gathering every single shoelace, from boots, sneakers, even my dad's dress shoes. We tied them together into one gigantic, tangled mess that stretched from one end of the living room to the other.
Oh, no, I can see where this is going.
And then, the grand finale, my brother climbs onto a chair to throw one end out the window so I could pull, except the super rope got so tangled he tripped, pulled down the curtains, knocked over a lamp, and ended up totally ensnared in shoelaces. My mom walked in to find us both screaming with laughter, covered in knots, and the living room looking like a tornado had hit it. We never did get Santa's sleigh down.
That is beautiful. The dedication, the chaos, amazing. Okay, my turn. This goes back to a family camping trip. My dad, bless his heart, fancies himself quite the outdoorsman. He decided he'd teach us to catch our own dinner, specifically fish. Hours of setup, talk about bait, patience, the whole thing.
Sounds like classic family bonding.
It was, until he finally hooked something huge. He was reeling it in, all of us watching. He pulled it out and it wasn't a fish. It was an old, muddy boot. A single, very dirty, very smelly boot.
Oh no, a boot.
He just stood there, holding this dripping boot, silent for a good 10 seconds. Then he looked at us, sighed, and said, "Well, it's not a fish, but it's certainly, well-traveled." We ate hot dogs that night. The boot became a family legend. Sometimes we still ask him if he's gonna catch another boot when he goes fishing.
That's perfect. A family legend right there. It just goes to show whether it's a sleepwalking uncle or a secret adoption, family life is rarely boring.
Never boring. And that wraps up another episode. We want to hear from you. What are your wildest, funniest, or most dramatic stories, family or otherwise? Did someone get left at the airport? Was there a secret revealed at dinner?
Share your tales in the comments section wherever you listen to podcasts. We might even feature your story in a future episode. Until next time, keep your gatherings interesting, but maybe not too interesting.
And try to do a head count before you leave the airport. See you next time.